going on, everybody? Welcome back. Oh yeah, we forgot to clap. Welcome back to the Couch Beers podcast, episode 4.
Numero 4.
The movie episode.
You've all been waiting for it. It's been, since day one, you've all been DMing and asking, just, what do they say? Don't bore us, get to the chorus.
I've not heard that, but that's pretty good.
We're at the chorus now. Tim, what are you drinking there?
It's a Indeed. Mine's what is it? Mexican Honey Light.
Spaniard's
Lager.
Delight. Mm-hmm. Very good.
I wonder, so I got this like little metal koozie thing, and it's got this rubber top on it. I always feel like it's weird. Like you could probably hear that.
Yeah, I heard
through
it.
the microphone. Yeah.
That sounded pretty
What
good.
about you? You got Indeed too, right?
Yeah, I kind of what is the term? I
Mooched.
That is a proper term. Yep. I
Is that what
mooched
you were
off
going
of you.
for?
I don't know. I was going for something else, like scavenged almost, but I didn't scavenge. I just asked and you agreed.
You went for the porter.
Oh yeah, Stir Porter Crazy by Indeed Brewing.
It's probably Stir Crazy Porter.
Mm,
It is. It does like the way it's worded on there. I don't know.
Stir
It's got to be.
Porter Crazy. I open for artistic interpretation.
I like lagers. They're nice and easy to drink. This
Yeah.
one's a little sweet with the honey.
Oh yeah, well it better be.
We should get into. So we kind of teased last time about what your tattoo on your arm is.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to like get up and show the camera for people that are watching?
And
Or
then
do you
should we
wanna-
just not say what it is so people have to watch?
No, we should say what it is. I don't know what % of people watch it, but
Here you go. I won't get up because no one really cares. But it's,
I care.
Can you see it? There it is right there. It's like a traditional mom tattoo without the arrow going through it.
it's just it's a red heart with like a little ribbon over it that says mom and kind of.
Yeah, it's like the
Script.
traditional mom tattoo. Backstory with that was I kind of wanted a tattoo, but I didn't know what I wanted exactly. And then it was a combination at the time. It was like a perfect storm of situations where I had a bunch of people, friends, and acquaintances that were like, you can only get a tattoo if it means something. And I'm like, well, I don't know if that's accurate.
It's not
'Cause-
accurate. You can get a tattoo of whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like if you like it, you can do whatever the hell you want. And so, like, my dad's got a sleeve and a half sleeve, and one of them's like a pirate, holding a chain and an anchor. Another one's like a tiger coming out of brush and all this foliage. I can't even speak. But it's like it's really cool, and he's like, I like it. That's why I got it. Doesn't mean anything. I'm like, oh, So at the time, I was like, okay, well, 2 birds with 1 stone. One, first and foremost, to piss my mother off. I was at that point, it had to have been 3 years ago now, if not longer. My mom and I were the only 2 in the family without tattoos. I have 2 sisters and a father, so my mom thought I was still pure as the driven snow.
Little did she know.
And this is icing on the cake. It was like I think 4 days before Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So I get this tattoo on probably a Thursday, and then Sunday we went to brunch, and it was still tender. And she's like, "That's not real. There's no way that's real." And my arm's just swollen as hell. And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. It's not real, but it does burn, And so that was funny, and I do love my mother, so
Yeah.
it does accomplish both things.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, we got a bunch of guesses. Do you want me to read them off to you?
Yeah.
Eagle or American flag. That was
Oh,
one
come
guess.
on. Who said that?
My mom.
Oh, my God.
Karen. LinkedIn logo. That was my favorite.
Oh, I should get one. That'd be kind of fun. Wait, that was your guess?
No, that was... I knew what it was. That was podcast superfan Brianna.
I don't know who that is. Okay.
Another guess was bird. It's not a bird.
Eagle.
Only one person got it right. It was Dallas. The guy that
Ooh.
introduced us. Yeah, boring. But there was someone that I know for a fact has seen you with your shirt off, and they said I wrote it down exactly as he sent it to me. For some reason, I remember Zach had a sweet tattoo, but I don't remember at all what it is.
Who's that?
It was Sam.
Yeah, I suppose it's weird to say. Yeah, he's probably seen me with my shirt off.
Well, like we've been at the lake and stuff. In the water.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah. What do you think? You just like were walking around with the shirt off?
I mean,
you do that sometimes, so that wouldn't be that exceptional.
From the 4 steps between the bathroom and the bedroom.
Yeah.
When I'm just in a towel, or if you're in your room and no one else is home.
When you're no toweling?
I'm just gonna risk it and see. Hopefully, Tim doesn't see me, but
I think that only happened a couple of times. I do have one other thing for you.
Tim's got eyes outside his door.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach it. Hold on.
What is this?
So your birthday was last weekend.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah. I actually meant to give this to you the last episode, but I forgot. So there it is. What do you think it is? If you have any guesses.
It's got to be like caramel corn or something.
No.
Is it? Can you eat it? Can I do 20 questions? Are we doing the Amazon?
Yeah, let's do 20 questions. Sure.
Amazon guessing game. All right. For everyone who's not watching, it is a package about the size of a very large pork chop.
It's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
About the weight, I would say maybe a little lighter, but it's a gray wrapping paper with white polka dots.
I don't think that matters.
Can you eat it?
Is this question number 1?
Yes. No, it'll be number 2 because I said.
Okay. Here, let me make a tally quick. Can't have any cheaters here. No, you cannot eat it.
Can you wear it?
Yes. I'm going to say technically. I don't want to confuse you.
Oh my gosh. That confuses me more. Did we agree it was only yes or no questions?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I hang it up?
No.
Hate this.
I can't tell how loud that is in the microphone.
Well, sorry people if you're...
I can hear it, but I think it's just like I hear it. Because I'm sitting next to it.
Is it a hat?
No.
If I did wear it, would it be at the lower half of my body?
Yes.
Is it socks?
No.
Damn. Is it underwear?
No.
What? But I wear it on my lower half?
Yep.
Are they pants?
No.
What the hell? Are they shorts?
No.
What? Oh, are they toe rings?
No.
Are they ankle bracelets? Anklets?
No.
What am I at?
That was 12.
But I wear it on my lower half. That means waist down, right? Oh my gosh, is it inappropriate?
No.
Oh. Is it a knee brace?
No. You're guessing too many actual things. You should guess for more hints.
I can't even remember how to play this game.
So like you asked
would my mother use it?
She might.
I hate that. It's either yes or no.
Well,
if
I can't make a decision for her. Yeah, she would wear it. Yeah.
It is something you wear.
Yeah. It's not like an article of clothing though.
How do you wear something that's not an article of clothing?
You'll see. You're at 15, by the way. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yes.
We talked about it in a previous episode. I should make that more clear. We talked about them.
Is it a subscription to LinkedIn?
No, how do you wear a subscription to LinkedIn?
How do you wear something that's not clothing?
You'll see.
I don't know. It feels like it feels like caramel corn.
There's going to be people that are listening to this that have known basically from like your second question. Like I just know it.
What was my second question?
I don't know. Like your very
really?
early questions. They're just going to know just like because we talked about it.
Am I going to hit myself for this?
You might. I don't know.
Is it a...
Did you say hit or hate?
I don't know what I said.
Both.
I'm just confused because it feels like little tiny balls.
There's multiple things in there, yeah. They're all related, but yeah.
Well, is it a... personal massager?
Nope.
Is it Whoppers?
Nope.
Dude, I give up. I don't know how you wear
You
this.
got 2 more questions.
Is it... Is it a belt?
No.
Damn it.
I would argue a belt is above the waist.
Is it a...
It's your last question.
I know I'm gonna get it wrong.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
are.
know.
You were really close before. I thought you were gonna get it in like
socks?
7. You already said that. That's it. Okay, just open it. You'll see.
I,
You're gonna be mad that you didn't get it, but
I'm gonna be mad at the person who's... Oh my god! How many are there?
there's like 150 of them.
So for those who aren't watching, this is probably one of the coolest things ever. These are Croc Charms.
We talked about them in the first episode, and I actually ordered them the next day.
No way!
Yeah. So they
Wow, there's a Christmas tree one, a
I went through
pumpkin.
them. I went through them. I put all the cool ones at the top.
You're lying.
No, I'm serious.
You didn't open this?
Yeah, I did.
It's not openable. Oh, it is openable. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. What is this?
There's
Oh,
like
cool.
astronaut ones and rocket ships and planets and
Holy crap. I'm going to have
American
to
flag
spread these
art.
all out on my bed and just say, like, what is the coolest one? Oh,
I put all there's like a whole bunch of letters and numbers I put at the bottom.
I'm so cool.
Yeah, it just says I'm so cool.
It is fact. I need to get, like, good, like, Crocs where I can use charms because my dress Crocs don't allow me.
Yeah.
Or maybe they can. I just never tried. I've never had charms. Well, thank you. I hope you didn't spend $39.99 on these.
Is that what it says? No, it was not.
It
that
doesn't. I'm
expensive.
just saying.
No.
Oh.
It was cheaper than that.
Well, thank you. Wow.
You're welcome. Happy birthday.
Well, your birthday's coming up.
It's true. What are you gonna get me? You don't have to get me anything. I just thought it'd be funny to give you that.
Well, for everyone who knew what they were the whole time, if you can read minds.
Yeah, in the first episode, we were talking about Crocs or charms or whatever.
Croc
And
charms.
You said, I said, I'm surprised you don't have any. And you said, I've just been waiting for someone to give them to me. And I said, noted.
Oh my! Did you say noted?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I gotta go back and listen to that.
Yep.
So now, if I'm like, you know what? I just want 15 Bitcoin. That's all I want.
That's a lot of money.
Tim.
Hey,
are
on
you
that topic,
noting it?
I wasn't even going to bring this up, but so I'm going to keep it quick because I know most people don't care, but I'm going to pat myself on the back because in the last episode, I made the argument for Bitcoin as a better store of value than gold. And then
Tesla's accepting it now.
not even that. The day that we released the episode, Tesla announced that they bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Basically to use it as a store value.
Well,
So
so what else do
There you
you
go.
have in your crystal ball there?
I think this year is going to be huge for Bitcoin acceptance.
All right.
Like I don't even want to put a number on it, but it's going to be wild.
2021 is the year.
That's true.
So Okay.
I've been annoying Alyssa with all this information. I'm not joking. Like, you know how I said in the last episode, like I wanted to do a thing every week where I like learn a new song and have you try and guess what song I'm playing.
Yeah, and you're not doing that.
I haven't played my guitar since I played like maybe twice since that last episode because all I've been spending my time doing is reading about
The coin.
crypto stuff.
Damn.
Yeah.
What should we do a quick rundown of recent events that has happened since the last episode?
Like in our lives? Or what?
We could do our lives or in just the world. I could tell you, since I don't do the news, I can tell you what I've heard and what I've seen, and that's about it. And
I
you guys can
legitimately
correct me.
have no idea what's happened.
Have you left this building?
Barely.
Well, I don't know if we talked about this in the last episode. I think it happened after, but Jeff Bezos stepped down as CEO. We talked about that?
I don't remember.
Whatever. So that's
I think
a big
we did.
news. Okay, so there's news. Buccaneers won the Super Bowl.
Yep, and
Tom
you
Brady.
didn't you pick them?
I don't know if I picked
said
anyone.
I
I just
said the
hope they.
Chiefs were gonna win, but
I
wouldn't
hoped
be
for.
surprised.
I think hoping is different than saying they will.
Yeah.
So,
Fair.
and I'm seeing. Okay, so in the gym in the mornings, I'm seeing all these things on ESPN, like saying, "Oh, Tom Brady's not the GOAT. Look at Serena Williams. Look at Tiger Woods." And I'm just like, you cannot compare apples to oranges to pineapples. Well,
yeah.
unless it's like pineapples for like with apples, because apples in the same like wordage. But I was like, why are you even trying to compare these two? They're not comparable.
I have a comparison that should not be compared.
I have one too.
I think Wayne Gretzky's the greatest athlete of all time because if you take in hockey they measure points. So a goal is worth a point and an assist is worth a point.
Okay.
Wayne Gretzky, if you take away all of his goals, he still has you take away all of his assists. He still has more points than any other player in history by a lot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, but and that's that's cool and that's a statistic that's worth noting. But I think it's also like some of these people that they're comparing with, it's like Serena Williams, Tiger Woods. Those are individual sports.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tom Brady, he did not win the Super Bowl. The teams he was on did. And he was, granted, in a leadership position.
Right.
But you cannot say he won the Super Bowl by himself.
True.
Like, how many of those other maybe linemen for the Patriots have like 4 or 5 rings?
Right.
Are they the GOATs of linemen? I don't know.
Right.
But it's like, look at Lewis Hamilton in Formula One. He's won more world championships ever.
Yeah.
Is he the GOAT compared to Tom Brady? I mean, can Tom Brady drive a Formula One car? Realistically, I mean, it's like apples to oranges,
right.
Or apples to carrots at that point. It's like you can't compare them.
Right.
You shouldn't.
I've been watching that Formula One show. It's really good. The one on Netflix.
I love it.
I'm almost done with the 2nd season.
Yeah, it's crazy. That show really got me interested, and now I follow it kind of. So
yeah, I followed the Formula One Instagram account. Does that count?
Yeah,
they're not racing right now, right?
No, they are. They're starting to race. I think March 3rd is the first. Oh,
you're like really following it,
or is it? It's somewhere. Maybe it's Spain. I don't know. But I want to go to a Formula One track. I think they have one in Montreal, Canada. There's a Grand Prix.
There's one in Austin, right?
Yeah, I think there's a Grand Prix in Austin as well. So I don't know. I'd want to go to one like in Dubai, the sick one.
Monaco. That'd be nuts.
I think those are.
Yeah, Monaco is like the one where all the celebrities go to and shit.
Yeah, that's where you see all those yachts of people just getting blasted.
Yeah.
And you just hear cars drive by.
There's this video from the show where Tom Brady throws a football to Daniel Ricciardo when he's like on the yacht. Tom Brady's like on like a building or something and throws it into the water.
I think it's just a really cool. I mean, you can argue sport is the right term, but I think
it's a sport.
But I think the really interesting thing is how like the teams have different whatever, they can source their engines from different companies.
Yeah.
and like Honda in season 2 started making their own engines and everything, and
Yeah.
it's just crazy too because the engines are like they're sealed, so they can't even take them apart. Like,
That's crazy.
if you like, I don't know, it's like the main part of it is just sealed, so
That show's cool though. I
Yeah.
really like it.
it's wild.
Okay, I got one other thing I
Oh.
wanted to go over real quick before we go through our movies.
Okay.
So my mom called me after the last episode, and she told me, I know why you have water slide brain, or whatever I called it. You remember when I was talking about my brain's like a water park?
Oh yeah.
She said, when she was pregnant with me, she took my older brother to Camp Snoopy at the Mall of America and went down the log chute, and like as she was like getting ready to get in the log chute, she was like, "Why am I doing this? I'm way too pregnant to do this. I'm such a terrible mother." But it was like my dad's idea. He was like, "I want to take a picture of you guys going down the log chute." Yeah, and so she said that's why she thinks my brain is like a water slide.
Your dad of the year.
Yeah.
What was it? 93 you were born?
Yep.
1993,
And-
dad of the year.
And they took me to Jurassic Park when I was a baby. Came out in 93.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Actually-
your parents are the parents that bring small children to movie theaters.
I think they learned their lesson. My mom, she might not even like me telling the story, but when
You can just
when I was
beep.
in 4th grade, she took me and my brother to see 8 Mile at the theater.
Oh.
And she was so embarrassed when we were like driving home. She was like, "You cannot tell anybody that I let you go to that movie." It was hilarious.
Or at the time, I remember, just a quick story. I went to Team America when that was in theaters,
Hmm.
and there was like a grandmother who brought her like
Oh no!
6 or 7-year-old
I think
grandkids, and
that's worse.
and it's like, but it's because she didn't know what Team America
Right.
was all about, and it's like, I think within the first 20 minutes they were like, they just left.
That's hilarious.
But yeah,
Yeah, we sat through the whole movie.
amen
Good movie, by the way.
and amen.
Speaking of movies,
Oh.
should we get into this?
Yeah,
How many?
Well-
How many do you think we have in common? Because I have a list of 10. Do you have 10 movies?
I have a list that's more. I had to narrow it down on the way here from 17 to 10,
Oh my gosh!
and it was tough. But I wanted to discuss the criteria. So is
Okay.
this because I was talking to some people at work and my dad and everything, and everyone has their own critique of what their top 10 is. What does that mean? And my dad said it's movies you can watch over and over and over and not get tired of them. And I think that's a sliver of it. Then
Yeah.
because there are some movies that are so great, but I could never watch them again. Like There Will Be Blood, fantastic movie. That's a 2-hour and 49-minute movie,
Mm-hmm.
and the first 45 minutes of the movie, there's no dialogue. I mean, great movie. Can't do it again.
That movie has been on my list to watch for years. I've never seen it.
Just keeps getting bumped down, huh?
Kinda.
But yeah, so like that's where I was like, okay, there's different. I think we just need to get into the list and explain why. This is where it might take a little bit, but
Okay.
I think every movie I
But
have,
you have 10, right?
I narrowed it down to 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go one for one, or do you want to just do your
Well, mine
bang 'em out?
aren't really in order.
See, I didn't rank them. I just put
Okay.
them. 10 is the criteria of top 10 is just like, what is the criteria? You're in the 10. Like, that's all that matters. It doesn't. I'll explain why, but
Okay.
there.
Do you
One
wanna,
is not
do you
better
wanna
than the
take a
others.
guess at how many we have in common?
3.
I was thinking 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I would be I wouldn't be surprised if it's less.
I can't go for it.
Let's just go. I give one and you give one. How about?
Okay, and then we'll go back into afterwards.
Sure. My favorite movie of all time,
Oh,
number 1, is Mr. Robot. Or not? No. Sorry, I got too excited about Mr. Robot. The Big Lebowski. Mr. Robot's a TV show.
Okay. Like I said, mine are not ranked.
Right. No,
Big Fish.
it's pretty good. We watched that together.
Yeah, Did I cry? I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Probably. I probably cried
Damn,
too.
I think I cry at that every time, but
Get Out.
never seen it.
Really?
Yes.
I can't believe I've never made you watch it.
Behind Enemy Lines.
Okay, never seen that one. I don't think. Step Brothers.
Okay. Silver Linings Playbook.
I think I have. I think I have seen that one. What's it about? No, I'm asking you.
No. If you've seen it, you would know what it's about.
I can't name it, but
Okay.
What is it about?
We'll do a synopsis
Okay.
of each movie when we get there.
Sure. Saving Private Ryan.
That's a good one. Yep. That almost made my list, but
Was it one that you crossed out?
it was probably my top 25,
Okay.
and I started weeding out. I'm telling you, man.
I cried at that movie.
Oh,
I was watching it by myself.
So this is going to receive some controversy, but Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, because
You put them all as one?
it's part 1, part 2, part 3. They just happen to be in 3 different movies.
Okay.
It's not Back to the Future number 2. It's Back to the Future part 2.
Interesting.
So
okay.
it's
So-
all one story.
I'm not sure that I've seen all 3 of them. I've definitely seen the first one because I just watched it a few weeks ago. My brother got me the trilogy 4K Blu-ray for Christmas.
Hell yeah, brother.
So shout out my brother. But I gotta go back and watch the other ones too.
Yeah. Second one's okay. Third one is.
I know a lot of people said the second one's their favorite.
Well, those people are.
BT squared
Wrong.
F2.
Okay, go.
right.
Your turn.
Where did I stop? Saving Private Ryan. Gran Torino.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
You got
It's
a lot
like-
of movies in common with my Padre.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Gran Torino. I don't think like a lot of people would put it on their top 10 list,
Right.
but I really like it.
I agree. Remember the Titans.
Nice. That's a good one. Fight Club.
Oh yeah, that is good.
Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Okay.
It was gonna be spoilies, but
There's between 2, but I'll say 1. Rocky. Yo, Adrian. Have you seen it?
I mean, I've definitely seen parts of it. I might have watched it on TV, but Ex Machina. And actually, this one, it wasn't on my list until last weekend. I rewatched it with Alyssa, and I had kind of forgot. Well, I knew what it was about. I kind of forgot how it concluded. But yeah,
Okay.
have you ever seen it?
No.
Okay,
Was that the one? So I don't
I'll
know if it's
explain it later.
just a sidebar. I don't know if there's like 2 competing studios catch wind of the same idea, but it seems like some movies come out that are incredibly similar, but just vaguely different. And I think that was one of them. Is Antonio Banderas in that one? See, there's an Antonio Banderas one with like a AI machine one, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Okay. Anyway, just a thing for thought. Just Go With It
I don't even think I know what that is.
with Adam Sandler. And, oh my gosh, why am I drawing a blank? Rachel from Friends. Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I have seen that one.
That's a good one.
That's pretty funny. That our lists are so different.
Wow.
I think mine. Well, obviously, I think mine are better. But like our lists are just like yours are kind of like. I can see where you came up with your list by saying movies I'd watch over and over again. I mean, I would watch these movies over and over again because I like them so much, but like yours are just
Okay.
kind of
Well, what's your
genuinely
next one?
enjoyable. Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
I saw that. I watched that with my mom and dad the other night.
There's been a few times where like I saw a movie and I walked away from it and I was just like kind of blown away. Jojo Rabbit was one. Get Out was one. Saving Private Ryan is another one.
I've got Shawshank Redemption.
I have that one too.
Nice.
I knew that one was going to be a common one.
Oh, I guess. Does that
So yeah,
count as yours?
I'll say yeah, Shawshank Redemption. Yeah.
All right. P.S. I love you.
Interesting. You have a lot of just kind of like
Random.
not even random, just like kind of
Dumb.
yeah, kind of
Oh,
dumb.
shut up. I can explain why I like these movies. and
Okay.
You'll like the reasons, I think.
So my last one is Interstellar.
Okay, that's a very good one. I think my last one is Dread.
Never seen it.
I'll explain what it's all about, but it's not for everyone.
Okay.
Or I'll tell you, should I give you the ones that I
Yeah, I'm
didn't
curious.
make the list? I kind of want to put that one back in there. Miracle
That's good.
on Ice
Yeah,
or whatever.
just
Hunt for Red October. Unforgiven. October Sky. I like to build rockets, Dad. Ocean's 11. I
nice.
have more on this one, but
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you, I had like 23. Hold on. They're really quick. Apollo 13.
That's a great movie.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
That list is like 50 movies long. Is that what
No.
I'm looking at? Oh, that's what.
No,
you
that's a
have
grocery
taped up
list.
here. Oh. Okay, cool.
All right. Cool.
The one that I was trying to remember, I had something in my head I was going to say. The one that I had crossed out to replace with Ex Machina was Godfather Part 2.
I think I've only seen that on TV, and that's a watered down
Yeah,
crap version. So
it's not the same. Yeah, my dad like had me and my brother watch the 3 Godfather movies with him. I don't know, I might have been in high school. And I just remember that one was the one I liked the most. I was like, the first one I was like, that was a good movie. And the second one is even better, which is pretty rare. But third one sucks, but that's
can
okay.
you do a quote from every movie on your list?
Oh.
Because I think I can, and I'm going to because they're so good. Oh, I can't do Shawshank, I don't think. But
I'm trying to think. I can't do a quote from everyone in my list. I don't think I could quote Interstellar
I could.
or Saving Private Ryan. What's an Interstellar quote?
Mask up.
Is that actually from the movie?
Yeah, when it's a dust storm on Earth.
Oh,
They're at a baseball game. They say mask up, and it's exactly like 2020.
Huh.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to?
Step Brothers I quoted today.
Everyone quotes that daily.
Yeah. You want to just I don't know. Let me look at your list and
Well, the
Here.
bolded ones are the ones that I eliminated.
here I'll just circle on here cuz I got a whole lot of notes. So yeah, here I'll look at your list and I'll ask you a question about
Oh, you're
why
gonna
you
ask
picked.
questions. Okay.
Okay, big fish I kind of get. Remember the Titans I get.
Hold
Why-
on.
why
what
did
does
you-
that mean?
Like I
You
get why you like it.
Oh, why do you think I like it?
Because it's a good movie.
Oh, okay.
But why just go with it?
Oh, I don't know. I think that's very well. There's a few reasons for that. Just go with it. I think that Adam Sandler movie, to me, it really seemed like they had fun shooting it.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm tooting my own horn. I feel like I can sense that. Like sometimes when you see a script, I think, was it you that noticed it? Or a
I
friend?
don't know.
They said there is a line in that movie where he used it previously in the movie. And they're all laughing kind of because that's part of the scene. And Adam Sandler addresses it. He's like, I think I already used that one, but it still applies. Like, I think they were just having fun. I honestly don't know if that was scripted or not, but it was hilarious to me. And it's cool because it worked. That's why I like that. And it was a funny movie. Hey, man.
But it, like, that's the reason that it surprised me that you put that one on there. Is that there's like 50 movies that seem like they're the exact same thing.
See, well,
Most
maybe.
of mine I picked and I liked them because they're kind of unique.
Well, your top 10 is different than my top 10, right?
It's true.
And for different reasons.
It's
I think
true.
that was the whole thing, because I agree. Your list is fantastic. But I was kind of, I'm looking at it, like 10 couldn't fit all the movies. Miracle on Ice was on that. That's a fantastic movie. Didn't make my top 10. So it's like, I don't know. Like, there's a ton of musicals that I would put on there. Sorry, I'm like, great movie, doesn't make the top 10.
Makes sense. You're allowed to refine your list too.
Well, okay, well, tell me why you liked Shaving Ryan's Private.
I just watched it for the first time, I don't know, a couple months ago. And obviously I knew kind of the premise of the movie because it's huge. But just watching it, I kind of was blown away how good it was, how good Tom Hanks is. The story is awesome. There's just there's so much that happens. It's really good.
But a lot happens in other movies too.
It's true. I don't know. It's just, it was very like, I try to go into everything with an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
And like, let myself absorb it. And that
Take
movie
it for what
just
it is,
yeah, that movie just kind of blew me away.
Well, a movie that was on my list that I removed because I just thought maybe another movie could replace it. I don't know. You ever see The Grey?
Yeah.
See,
with Leo? No,
nope.
No, it's the Taken guy.
Taken guy, yeah.
I was thinking of the one where
Liam Neeson.
Yeah. What's the one where
Redemption?
Leo fights a bear?
Is that what it's called?
I think so.
Is it Redemption or I don't know. That's a very good movie too. But with The Grey, when I saw that in theaters, I saw it with my buddy Sam in Grand Forks, North Dakota. I remember.
I think you've told me this before.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was incredibly powerful, and it just, I don't know what it was. And it just, I don't know. It was just really, so the premise with The Grey is this dude is out on the oil rigs, I think of Alaska. I'm not sure, but he, so he's kind of like for lack of a better term, like a defender. Like, so he like shoots all these werewolves, excuse me, timber wolves or something that go and attack, oil dudes. Mm-hmm. And so he shoots them before they can get to him. And, anyway, like it kind of starts out, I'm not going to spoil too much, but bottom line is he was going to commit suicide in the beginning of the movie, and then he decides not to because you don't know why. And then there's all these flashbacks, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually he's going to go home to the mainland, I guess. And the plane crashes. And there's like, I don't know, 12 or 10 survivors. And he's like, all right, if we're going to survive out here, we got to, get to safety and stuff. And the wolves are chasing them, and he's trying to protect them and all that stuff, and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, very good. Phenomenal. In the theater, it was very, very powerful. I watched it a second time, and I don't know if it's because I knew what was going to happen or what made it for me, but it did not have the same effect. Yeah. So that's why I removed it from my list, because it was like, it's still a great movie, just not...
I watched it in college, and it was like, it must have been when it was in theaters, because some guy down the hall had like a bootleg version of it, and we watched it, and it was just like so terrible quality. It was kind of hard to tell what was going on, because a lot of that movie's in the dark,
Yeah, absolutely.
But The ending is very memorable. I can
Yeah.
like picture it in my head.
Yep. And
It's a good movie.
yeah, it's
I should rewatch it.
you should. All right, tell me why. Tell me why The Big Lebowski's on here.
It's my favorite movie. It's just
Doesn't
like
tell me why it's on.
yeah. So I've gotten like I've told a lot of people to watch that movie. But it's like I almost feel bad telling them to watch it because I know it's not for everybody. And I didn't even really like it the first time I watched it. Like I watched it because somebody had recommended it to me. And I was like, yeah, it was okay. But the first time, like, that movie is just, there's so many, like, really subtle jokes that when you're watching it to, like, pay attention to the plot or, like, try and figure out what's going to happen next, you don't catch a lot of the jokes. Where the second time you watch it and you realize the plot of the movie doesn't matter.
Right.
You know, it's like, it's just kind of there because that's how movies are made.
Yep.
It's all about the characters and their interactions and the jokes and stuff. And it's hilarious.
Right on, Cheerio. Cheerio.
It's good. Good movie.
Right on.
I think a lot of people have that reaction too, that they didn't really get it the first time.
Well, and I mean, I saw, when I watched it, everyone was, damn near breaking my arm to watch it. And I said, okay. And I watched it and I was kind of like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like my eyes glossed over. I was like, I have no idea what just happened because it was funny, but I didn't get it. I was one of those people that didn't get it.
Yeah, I didn't either, really.
And I think, there are, I don't want to say there's two types of people, but there are definitely types of people where, for me, it's like when I'm watching a movie, I'm watching a movie. I'm paying attention. I'm on it,
Mm-hmm.
Unless I don't care, Like when I forced you to watch The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which did not hold its value as I realized when we watched it last year.
But I watched it.
Yeah. But I was on my phone half the time because I had already seen it and everything, But,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well.
What else you got?
What else do I have?
Behind Enemy Lines.
Oh,
why that over any other war movie?
Have you seen it?
Actually, did we watch it together?
No.
I don't know. Give me a synopsis.
Oh, okay. So, first off.
Nice.
So, I'll use I could kind of do a Gene Hackman impersonation, and then I can do my Owen Wilson.
I was sorry. I was like in my head. I was thinking of
Enemy at the Gates.
No, what's that?
We Were Soldiers.
I'm trying to look. Oh, Full Metal Jacket.
Oh no, that is a good movie too, though.
Yeah.
No, Behind Enemy Lines. So Owen Wilson is a pilot, and he's like, I think it's in I don't know exactly the time. I think it's like the 90s or 2000s, but they're flying over like Russia. And I think there's maybe it's a fake country. It's like, it doesn't real, but it's definitely like a Soviet kind of country. And they took pictures of, I think, like these dead body sites where they're killing their people and just dumping them in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And so they took that, but then that country shot down that plane with all the pictures on it. And so that's where they're behind enemy lines, and he has to get to get pretty much saved and rescued to exploit and show that this country's actually like killing their people and stuff. It was whatever. So that's like the underplot, but the main thing is he gets shot down, and his pilot, I think, like breaks his leg so he can't run. So Owen Wilson can run like to the trees, and so then the bad guys get to their pilot, and he's got a radio, and he's like, my pilot is down. My pilot is down. And so, anyway, so there's that. And then, he has to pretty much he has all these, he goes to these little towns, and there's, all sorts of, I guess, crazy things he has to do. Like he has to blend in keep moving. There's a sniper after him. That's what snipers. And of course, he's in an Adidas tracksuit, navy blue. You know, and it's like,
The
but he's
Russian
tracking
guy?
the Russian sniper.
Yeah,
Is tracking him, and then Gene Hackman is on the aircraft carrier. He's, I think, the captain, and his line that I'll do is like, "Let's go get our boy back."
I've definitely heard you say that before.
Oh yeah, I used to be able to do it really good, but that was not very good. But those are my two lines from Behind Enemy Lines. As a kid, whenever that movie was on, I think AMC or Spike or whatever it was one of those things where it's like, oh, I know this part, and I just sat down and watched the whole thing on TV with commercials. So it was like a 2.5 hour tour every single time. Never got tired of it.
Okay. If you were going to make a case, if you want people listening to watch one movie
From my list?
from your list, how would you convince them?
Oh.
Which movie would it be, and convince them to watch it? Convince me to watch it, because I haven't seen most of those, I don't
Have
think.
you seen Big Fish?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know that.
You can do that one. That is a good movie. It's worth watching.
I don't know. Yeah, I think Big Fish is for me would be the one that everyone should see. And they have to me, I would have to disclose or make them like watch it and pay attention.
Yeah.
No distractions.
Yeah.
Get into it.
I try to always watch movies like that.
And because I think the first time I watched it, I was 100% curious, 0% skeptical or whatever. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And I think halfway through the movie, I realized it was a Tim Burton movie. It took me half the damn movie, but which you don't really. I mean, when you watch it,
it doesn't look like a Tim Burton movie. But when somebody says that, you're like, oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
But I think it's just like the underlying story. So it's kind of. I'm going to sell you on it. I'll give you a synopsis, kind of. So it's this son who. In present day, the son, his father and mother are really old, and his father's health is dwindling, and he's kind of resentful and doesn't, thinks his dad's full of crap, kind of, because his whole life he was talking about these stories, these extravagant stories of his life that he did, and then he's like, I grew up, Dad, and they were all just stories. That's all they were. You've never told me something true. And so you have this whole time, his dad, when he's like in his bed and his son's there, like, oh, then he's like, oh, did I tell you about the story? And then they kind of go into like a flashback of like a story. And it's pretty crazy, wild. And it is like a story. And it's presented as such. And so it flashes back. And that's over half the movie are these flashback stories. And, I really can't sell it without ruining it. So,
yeah.
But I mean, so anyway, like it's just one of those things where it's like flashbacks and the son just never believes him and all that stuff. And then at the end of the movie,
like kind of heartwarming and sad at the same time. And it's really good.
It's like a feel good, heartwarming. Yeah. Sad.
Yeah. And just the story is just awesome.
Yeah. And it's incredibly entertaining. Like as someone who doesn't know what you're getting into, you take it for what it is. And you're like, oh, this is like a fun, story thing, and then the end kind of, I wouldn't say it's a curveball. It's more like a breaking ball, but it's definitely, I don't know. Every time I try to watch that once a year because I get so into it. And it's like,
yeah, when we watched it last year, whenever it was, I hadn't seen it since like I was a kid, and like I had forgotten most of the movie. Like I remembered some of the characters, but yeah, it's awesome. It's really good.
Yeah, that would be the one that I would sell someone on, but the other ones sell themselves. How about you? What's on your list that you would?
I would probably say Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pitch it to me, because when you pitched it to me, I was like, okay, you said like 3 sentences, and I was like, not interested.
So okay, I'll try to pitch it to you, and then you critique my pitch. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a World War II movie, but it's kind of like no World War II movie I've ever seen. There's it's not serious. It is serious, but it like, I don't know.
You're losing them, Tim.
So, okay. There's this kid, Jojo, and his imaginary friend, his best friend, is Hitler. And so he's like so excited to join the Hitler Youth, and it's kind of goofy the way he acts and kind of the things that he gets into. And there's so many great characters in that movie. It's fun. It's serious. It's funny. The guy that plays Hitler is Taika Waititi, the director. He's amazing as like the fake, like, imaginary friend Hitler. It's really good.
I give that a D- on selling.
How would you change what I said?
So I would say, well,
I don't disagree with you.
No. If I'm going to sell someone on Jojo Rabbit, I would say, so it goes into, you're in the world of how old do you think the kid is?
10.
8, 10? Say a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
A 10-year-old who's been the rise of the Nazi Party and everything in Germany. And so his whole life is like a concept or a perception or a conception of like the Nazi Party, and Hitler is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And so his imagination, Hitler, is not like, it is Hitler, but it's a 10-year-old's version of Hitler. So it's like it's always talking about, in situations, you can see he's kind of saying, well, I should do this or not that. And then he's talking to his imaginary Hitler, which is a 10-year-old version of like, like it really immature. I mean, saying like, oh, those boys are stupid, or whatever. And like, and like doing stupid stuff like that. Really hilarious version of Hitler.
There's a recurring joke in the movie where Hitler will like pull out his little cigarette tin thing and offer Jojo a cigarette. Yeah. And Jojo always kind of like waves him off. And finally, Jojo's so frustrated, he's like, Hitler, I'm 10. I don't want a cigarette. I can't have a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, so like, that's, yeah, exactly that. And then with the serious part, it's when there's interactions with his mother, who you find out, I mean, this isn't ruining the movie, but she's like, it's part of the story. She's part of like the underground resistance to like help the Jews and kind of, I guess against the
anti
the Nazi Party, and but she hides that from Jojo, because Jojo is like
obsessed.
He's obsessed with the Nazi Party as a 10-year-old. Like, you think it's the greatest thing ever.
Right.
Like there's like a scene or with the Nazi youth camp, and like he's really excited, but he kind of gets bullied, and the animation of Hitler is kind of like his, to keep him up and keep him like his spirits up, but it's like kind of a false thing, because it's kind of interesting, right? Because he's there for the Hitler Youth, but they're kind of outcasting him as being not super Nazi, I guess. So
it's not Nazi enough.
And then his mom just never really says explicitly like that the Nazi Party's wrong or Hitler's wrong or anything, but like hints at it and gives scenarios kind of to like say, what do you think in this? And then he kind of struggles with, well, like, it's not that, and he goes back to like what he's been told, like the propaganda of, these people are different, these people are wrong and all that. And I'm probably not doing a great job selling it either, but it's a really good.
You did better than me, I think.
It's just really, it was not when you explained it to me, it was not what I expected, and I was pleasantly surprised.
I think even like people listening to our descriptions are going to go into it and be surprised.
Yeah, as well. Exactly. And like in the serious aspect is whenever you do get the layers of the mother, like what, she's up to something, but you don't know what explicitly until later on, and all that stuff. And it's just kind of like anything that deals with the mother, you can see you could see it as an adult what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, like the movies, yeah, and through the eyes of a 10-year-old, in a sense, you know, like the world is crumbling around Jojo and his mother. The mother's living in that world, but he's kind of like
he's in his own La La
imaginary like propaganda fueled.
Right.
Hitler's the greatest thing ever. How is this happening? Oh, everyone else is wrong. But then, I don't know. It's a really. It's not a mind twister or anything. It's just like it's really cool to see perceptions and paradigms that.
I think probably half of the movies on my list, like I like them so much because they surprised me. You know.
Yeah.
Like Big Lebowski, Get Out for sure, Saving Private Ryan, Fight Club, Jojo Rabbit, all of those kind of like. I had an idea of what the movie was going to be, and it was totally different.
Mm-hmm.
I like going into movies blind, too.
Yep.
Like Jojo Rabbit, I went with we saw it in theaters with my family, and I had no idea what it was about.
Yeah, I think I should take your advice on that and do that more. Because I think when Tenet was being advertised, I had said, Tim, we should go to Tenet, and then you were like, yep, I don't want to see the trailer. I was like, but that's what makes you want to see it. And he's like, nope.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Silver Linings Playbook. Sell me on that. You've seen it, right?
I don't. If I have, I can't remember what it's about.
So I will do my synopsis, and then you can maybe it'll re-jog your memory.
Yeah.
Or jog your memory, re-jog it. Jog before you re. So it's pretty much this guy. Who he's a high school, is he a math teacher? I don't know. He's a high school teacher, but he, you don't see any of that because he just gets out of rehab and for anger management because he beat the crap out of the history teacher who was messing around with his wife and he almost killed him. And so he was, you know, whatever. And so but he's in this delusional, he's clinically bipolar. And so he's in this delusion where he just needs to get in shape, get himself under control, get on the meds and do all that. And his wife will take him back. But like as the story unfolds, you find out more information about what happened. And it's like he almost killed this guy because he was messing around with his wife. And it's kind of like normal people look at that and say like, well, he wasn't like assaulting your wife. Your wife was with him. Like, So it's like, that's what's obvious, but he doesn't see it that way. And so he's trying to cope with that. And so he's battling this bipolar thing and they're in Philadelphia. So they're Eagles fans and I don't know. So then,
yeah, I've never seen it.
Okay. Oh, wow. Jennifer Lawrence then enters the picture and she's got a lot of,
in my head, I thought it was like a 90s movie.
No, that was I would say that's 2014, maybe sooner. I don't know. Later? Sooner? What does that even mean?
I'm going to write it down.
Yeah, do it.
With my left hand.
But yeah, so you see he's got more of like a clinical bipolar situation going on. And her situation is more of an emotional situation where her husband passed away abruptly and she couldn't really cope with that. And so her behavior is kind of a result of not knowing how to cope and everything. And so they kind of work together like to kind of mend each other. Excuse me. And yeah, I don't know. It's a fantastic story. Honestly, like it's funny. It's serious. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. I'm interested. Got a lot of my movies I like because there's emotion behind them too.
Yeah.
You know, Big Fish is huge emotional. Like
for sure.
P.S. I Love You. People, that's a chick flick. Allegedly. I mean, The Notebook arguably should have made this list. I mean, I remember when those movies came out, everyone like hated them because they're like chick flicks there.
I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, I know what The Notebook is. I don't think I've ever seen it.
Well, what do you know if it is?
They like they like put this notebook into the
Wrong.
mailbox, and then they write letters to each other through time. And
Oh
shit.
my gosh, that's The Lake House with Keanu Reeves.
Really?
Yeah, that's not that movie at all.
No.
The Notebook is. Oh, shut up!
Wait,
did you just set me up?
No. Do they like kiss in the rain? Is that
Yeah,
Is that the Notebook? Or
that's
is
The
that
Notebook.
Okay.
Well, insert any chick flick movie ever.
Spider-Man?
See? No, Notebook. It's definitely it's an origin love story. This is on the same par as Big Fish, really high emotion, but it's like he was like a poor dude, I think, and she came from like an elite family, and so like they were madly in love, but her mother, I think, didn't approve of him because he was poor or something. I don't know. It's been a while, but anyway, so they like go different ways, kinda, or not because of choice, but I think he writes a letter every single day for like years. And then finally her mother like realizes that he's the real deal. And she like gives her daughter like literally like a pallet full of mail. And it's like, yeah. And then, or no. Oh, I don't want to ruin it. But before that, like they meet each other and she's like, why didn't you write me? And he's like, this is in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, are you pretty much bleeping kidding me? I've wrote you every single day. And then she goes back to her mom and says, what the hell? Where are all these letters? Her mom like opens up a barn and it's like just thousands of letters. And so then you're like, oh my God, he did write her. No, I should watch that again. It's been so long, but it's great movie. Oh, I'm getting a little emotional here.
Wow. So it's basically The Lake House, but without a lake.
Absolutely not. I never even saw The Lake House. It intrigued me because I was with Keanu Reeves and not Hilary Swank, but who's the gal? Miss Congeniality.
Hilary Duff.
No, Miss Congeniality.
Nicole,
DM us
Nicole
if you
Kidman.
know who that is. I know who it is. It's Miss Congeniality.
My mom, when I was talking to her on the phone about Water Slide Brain, she was saying she thought it was so funny when you kept saying DM us about random things.
Yeah.
I'm like, he does that all the time. He'll just like repeatedly make the same joke over and over because he thinks it's funny.
Okay, I'm going to quick do, of my list of 14,
Yeah.
I'm going to do a line from each one.
Okay.
You've already heard half of them, but I just need to do this. I don't know Shawshank. I can't do that. Or maybe I could. Hunt for Red October. Way to go, Dallas! Big Fish. Oh, shit. I don't know what I can say for that.
Yeah, it's
I won't
hard.
say that one.
It's hard because when I was reading through my list, I couldn't come up with lines for a bunch of them.
I mean, if I think about it, I could. Unforgiven. Say what? That's a good one. That's a Clint Eastwood movie.
That sounded like Clint Eastwood. That was pretty good.
Behind Enemy Lines. My pilot is down. My pilot is down.
Why are you holding your nose?
Because his nose is broken.
Oh.
Come on, it's Owen Wilson. Silver Linings Playbook. I mean, I could do one, but it's like no one would. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it. Back to the Future. Oh, that's so good. I do my killing after breakfast. Remember the Titans? We blitz all night.
I've seen that movie a bunch. I don't remember that line.
Oh, come on. That's the defensive coach. Because they're calling the game not fair. And so he's like, we're going to blitz the hell out of them and just kill them pretty much.
Reminds me of Miracle. Again.
Yes. Rocky. Rocky, do you think you have brain damage? I don't think it looks like it. I think that was Rocky 2. That may have been the beginning of Rocky 2. Sorry. Just go with it. Oh, the guy with the soul patch. Shawshank, I don't know. P.S. I love you. Go out with your girlies. October Sky. I like to build rockets, Dad. Ocean's 11. Oh. That's tough because it's so conversational. That dialogue.
Yeah.
And then Dread. No one's seen it. That'd be a good one to watch. Mama is not the law. I am the law. That's a good one.
Should I try and go through mine?
Yep, do it.
My favorite line from The Big Lebowski. They're like just got kicked out of the bowling alley, and Walter's like, "Am I wrong? Am I wrong?" And he keeps interrupting the dude. He's like, "Am I wrong?" And the dude gets pissed off. He just goes, "You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole." Let's see. Get Out. She tells her boyfriend before he meets her parents, because the boyfriend just found out that her parents have no idea he's black, right? She's white.
Okay.
And he's like, they don't know I'm black. And her defense is, my dad voted for Obama twice. He would have voted for him a third time if he could, and he'll tell you that. And that's like the first line of her dad. It's pretty funny. Step Brothers. Oh man, there's like a million. The one I quoted today. Do you need? What did he say? Do you need fertilizer? I got a lot of it. Close to 80 tons. Because he's dressed up as a Nazi.
Jesus.
Saving Private Ryan. I don't think I can. I've only seen it once. I don't think I could come up with a line.
I'm trying to do a Tom Hanks voice. It's like almost like it's like nasally, but more in your throat. I don't know how to do it. The Tom Hanks voice.
I couldn't do it either. I'm terrible at impressions.
I'm a school teacher. Whatever.
That did not sound like Tom Hanks at all. It
I
sounded
know,
like
but that's,
Pinocchio.
Well, probably was. Didn't Tom Hanks voice Pinocchio?
I don't think so. Gran Torino. Ooh.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Most of the like memorable lines in that are super racist.
Yeah.
He just calls his neighbor.
Yeah. We can bleep that out.
Maybe I should.
You probably should.
Racial slur for Asians.
I like that. I like when he talks to the priest. Oh, hey there, Padre.
Oh, I got distracted. Fight Club. I mean, there's obviously first rule about Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club, but everybody knows that line, even if you've never seen the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Ex Machina. I just watched it last weekend. Let's see.
And I can't think of the dialogue.
Oh, so this is like the very beginning of the movie, so this isn't a spoiler, but the main character like wins a trip. He works for this huge corporation, basically Google. He wins a trip to go out to the founder's house. Who's like super secretive, right? And he gets to the founder's house, and the guy is like trying to talk to him like a normal dude, and you can tell like the main character is kind of freaked out. He goes, "Look, I get it. You're freaked out right now. Can you just talk to me like we're normal dudes?" Something like that.
Okay.
Jojo Rabbit. I guess I already did one with the cigarettes.
Yeah,
that wasn't verbatim, but
I know. I'm trying to think of like it's definitely going to be a Hitler one where it's like,
yeah.
And sometimes even when they, I don't know the reason. Going back to that, it's like the concept that the kid has of Hitler, and like when he says like putting the propaganda through the lens of a kid of like how ridiculous it sounds, where it's like, oh, those are like Jews. They don't know, like they're just dumb.
Yeah.
And like, that's a reason, like this is dumb. Cause it's like a 10-year-old, like, reason. Yeah. Rationalizing it. It's like, and as an adult, you're hearing that, like, it's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. Interstellar. You said mask up. I don't know.
Oh, I can do one.
I got to rewatch that movie.
I got another one. TARS. Can we do what's the coding?
No idea.
No, it's like 1010.
Oh, binary.
I'm gonna transmit this binary. And then Tars is like, that'll take years. I got nothing but time, Tars.
That was pretty good.
I'm a big McConaughey fan.
I can tell. Shawshank Redemption. Who's that guy that... Never mind. I was about to give a major spoiler.
What?
Mute your mic real quick. Never mind. It was...
Oh.
You
Well,
know-
I mean, yeah, I know who you're talking about, I think, but I don't even know. He's not a main actor, is he?
No, but that's just the first thing I thought of.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one. It's got to be something like I'm innocent, just like every man in here, or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
Some insert generic
I was about
funny prison.
Never mind. I'm not even going to say that.
Okay.
I was about to give another spoiler, but I got to stop myself.
Is that your list? Are you done? Are you finished?
Yep, that was it. As we were talking, though, I was thinking, have you seen 1917?
No, you told me about it.
Yeah, so it's like, I think it's World War One.
Yes.
And the movie, the way it's filmed, it looks like there's only one like hard cut in the whole movie. It appears that it was filmed in 2 takes. It wasn't, but that's kind of the magic of how it was made.
Didn't they like CGI like parts or something? I can't even remember.
Well, they just like stitch stuff together. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I never saw it, but
You should watch it. We should watch it.
let's do it.
I have it, I think.
Yeah, I see it. It's the only movie with numbers.
Yep.
Okay.
I also have 2001: A Space Odyssey. That has numbers.
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I've only seen it once, and I've been meaning to rewatch it. Like, I almost watched it yesterday, but
Really?
it's like almost 3 hours long, so I decided I should not watch it on a weeknight.
Are there... Okay, here's a question. What movies from either 90s or like just a child... Like, name 3 iconic childhood memories memories of movies that just stick in your mind of remembering just weird parts.
My favorite movie when I was a kid, I was a weird kid, was Monty Python and the Holy Grail. The first scene that I thought of as you were saying that was with the rabbit.
Okay.
That's a good movie.
Oh, you know what movie I was surprised I didn't put it on my list now that I'm thinking about it.
What's
Forrest
that?
Gump.
Forrest Gump's good.
Well, going back to what I said about like what I remember, I just remember when Bubba's been shot and his hand has blood on it, and he's just like rubbing his fingers.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's like
That's the scene.
that's the scene, but it's not even like I'm not grossed out or like scared or anything. It's like that's just a Forrest Gump scene. That's a movie you can quote left and right.
There was a part.
Oh my god, you just stepped in shit. It happens. What? Shit. It happens.
There was a part in Ex Machina that I totally forgot about. That I almost like got kind of queasy when we were watching it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, you know what's another one? I'm just thinking of these now. Was it District 9? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I've only seen it once, but
Yeah, me too.
it's pretty good. I like movies like that, kind of futuristic.
Yeah. If I'm going to pitch Dread, so
Yeah, Pitch Dread.
Dread is based... So, well, first off, let's back up. So, what do you think is a common denominator with all these movies? On your list, my list? I can tell you what I think.
I think the common denominator on your list is that they're not as good as the movies on my list.
Well, see, that's where our answers will differ. I think what my answer is applies to all good movies,
Okay.
not just the ones on your list, your inferior list.
Sure.
I think good movies, the common denominator is originality. Now, when I say that, The Hunt for Red October is based off a book. How many of these are based off books? That's the other thing you gotta ask. But before we get there,
Fight Club.
Hunt for Red October is based off a book. Big Fish, not sure. Unforgiven, not sure. Behind Enemy Lines, not sure. I don't know. Back to the but okay. So then you look at all these. Okay, true events, what actually happened versus books versus just movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Hunt for Red October, that's based off a book. Remember the Titans is real life. Shawshank Redemption, book. October Sky, real life. You know, like, I didn't look at the other ones, but I'm just curious because Saving Private Ryan, though it is not a true story, it is based off real events, you could say, so to speak, kind of.
Yeah.
And
there's like they took a little bit of stuff
right
and like made it into a cohesive story.
Right. So I guess, so with that being said, to sell you on Dredd, sorry, I just jumped
Do it.
across the pond. Dredd, the originality piece may not lie there because they made a horseshit terrible version in like the early 90s with Sylvester Stallone. And it was terrible. It was based off a comic, so a comic no one reads. But they came out with one in probably 2012. That's with Carl Urban as Dredd. And it's the reason I really like it is it's shockingly a believable dystopia that, you know, I don't know, like this was during the era of all those movies with dystopian futures.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, oh, where's the water? And you're always like running around. Book of Eli, that's a good one. But, you know, stuff like that. So Dredd is pretty much there's nuclear something all over, like, I don't know, 75% of the United States. So all the residents in this future time period, so there's the population's even bigger, is confined to like pretty much the 13 colonies, if not lesser. So all these millions of people, they call them mega city blocks. And they're like 200-story high city blocks of like livable space, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a dystopian, like it's like third world country essentially. And so the only reason to keep order is through judges, which a judge is the judge, jury, and executioner. That's how they maintain the peace. Is they have to give a verdict right on the spot and then like execute if it's a execution, whatever. Because there's so many people. You can't put people through the justice system. So they created this, whatever. It sounds really dumb when I explain it like that, but if you see like the setting really makes you feel like, okay, they have to do this. There's too many people. You can't have a jury system like how it is now because there's too many people. You would never get tried, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So like cops are just judges now. So anyway, and they just they demonstrate, they show with like just little prefaces of like before the story begins of what this means. Like, okay, so there's some drug people, a judge is chasing them. They flip their vehicle. The judge is like, attempted murder of a judge, execution. And like executes him on the spot. And he's like, meat wagon at this district. Like, that's how, like, because people, that's how they really set the tone of like, this is what it's all about, you know? Anyway, so we should watch that. You might like it.
All right.
It was definitely filmed like it should be in 3D. Like it was.
It was in 3D.
I watched it in 3D in the theater, and I hate 3D more than a passion.
More than a passion.
More than a passion. Did I say that?
Yeah.
With a passion. No. More than a passion.
That's some intense hate.
Yeah, dude. I mean, but this movie was filmed like it should be in 3D, so, but it's still really good. Avatar.
I watched that one in 3D in the theaters.
I think I did too, and it's like, as soon as they started like procreating with hair, I was like, you know what?
They're making a second one, aren't they?
They've been saying that for 10 years.
Yeah, but it took him 10 years to make the first one.
Well, you know what, James Cameron? Get off your ass and figure it didn't work.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got? We got an hour and 10 minutes in, 20 minutes in.
Something like that.
Do you have anything else to talk about? Otherwise, I got a little excerpt that I think is really fun. And I'm going to question you a little bit.
Okay, sure. I just got
a
song of the week I want to share. Yeah.
Oh, is it the one that I read when you gave me that list?
It is. Do you know it?
If I heard it. Can you play like 30 seconds of it?
I can't play it now.
For legalities? Oh, no.
Well, I could like stitch it into the podcast, but that doesn't help you now.
Okay, whatever.
It's Lake Street Dive that you introduced me to, actually. Lake Street Dive's great. They released a new song. I wrote down hypothetically, but I'm pretty sure it's actually hypotheticals.
Okay.
It's really good. Yeah. I think they just released it last week.
Just released it or like
last
in
week?
the last 2 months?
Last week.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Listen to that. Lake Street Dive is cool. That
Lake
song's
Street
really
Dive,
groovy.
Hell yeah, brother.
Groovy.
Totally, man.
What do you got?
All right. So this is something that I've actually been thinking about for since our last podcast. It was bothering me. It was hitting me it was flicking the back of my head. And I just kind of said, all right, it's just nothing. It's nothing. But I've been thinking about it and it's been building, and I think it's a way of life. And I think it's pretty cool. So tell me in your words what you think a power move is.
Power move?
A power move. I will give you some Urban Dictionary, some online, what they deem it, and I created my own definition and how I think people should apply this to their everyday life. I think it's phenomenal, and I think it's fantastic, and it's hilarious.
I think a power move would be something you would do to assert yourself, not necessarily over someone else, but to make your presence known.
Okay.
That's my definition.
That's your definition?
Off the top of my head.
All right. I'm going to read some definitions and some examples that Urban Dictionary, the Google, and then I'll read my definition, which is kind of a culmination of a few things.
Yeah.
I was really thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I think more people need to do power moves. Like they should incorporate that in their daily life. So
you seem like a power mover.
No, you know who is? I'm going to say this straight up, and we can bleep it out later if it doesn't sound good. But Jake.
Can you explain who that is?
Jake bought the house in St. Paul.
I'll probably bleep out his last name, maybe.
Yeah, that's fine. Jake.
Stop saying it.
He I just want a long bleep. I just want a long that.
Okay, give me a bleep and I'll use your voice to bleep it out.
Jake.
No, say bleep.
Beep.
Okay, that's good.
You can break it, stretch that longer. But I always said this when I bought the house with Jake. Beep.
Stop.
I'm sorry. Sorry. I bought the house with my buddy, a college buddy, and every little thing that he did, or like, I think it was just a habit where I would just say, "Damn, that's a power move," and I would just say it in passing. But now, thinking and reflecting on it, I think they actually they are power moves. Sorry,
okay,
I misinterpreted the two bleeping and
power bleeps.
So here's some definitions and here's some examples, and I think they all are pretty spot on. But then I'll give you my definition at the end. So, power moves: a move which requires you to inject yourself upon a situation as to inconvenience everyone else involved, or...
That's a Urban Dictionary definition, or you wrote that?
No, this is Urban Dictionary or Google. I didn't write where I got these sources.
That sounds like Urban Dictionary.
Inconvenience everyone else involved, or to show your power over the situation, especially when not required. So this is like, I think this is Urban Dictionary, actually. John crossed the road even though there were no crosswalks, just to make the car slow down. So I think that's like being
that sounds like
a-hole.
Urban Dictionary.
But
So you're saying Jake is an a-hole?
No, because Jake, I don't think would cross it. So I'll get into my definition.
Okay, sorry for interrupting.
So no, you're good. So next one, an action that asserts dominance over someone or reverts a perceived power dynamic without causing any real harm. When one, let's see. Oh yeah. So then the example they said there is when the teacher said, "Can you write this on the board?" And then you say, "I don't know. Can I?" It was a weak argument if you ask me, but I liked the perceived power dynamic reversing. Another one is when one pulls a stunt that shows he has outdone others and retains complete control of the situation and dares anyone to challenge this. This is the one I really like. I made eye contact with my father-in-law as I picked up the tab for the entire family at a very expensive dinner. Like, I think that's hilarious. So my definition is a culmination of all these. It's doing something confidently, maintaining control and composure, and having an unwavering backing towards your decision because you wanted to do it in spite of the parties involved. Or because you wanted to do it.
Despite the parties involved?
Or in spite of the parties involved. It neither needs to be logical nor impressive. So, for example, I thought about this because I did this. And I thought, I think this is a power move right now. And I'll give you the reasons why I did it. I bought a Red Bull at a Starbucks.
Nice. That's your power move?
I think that's a power move. And the reason I think so is...
Did you also buy a coffee?
No.
Or you just
I just bought the Red Bull.
Into Starbucks and picked up
I had a gift card. And so I was like, well, I'm going to disclose this. If you go to any real Starbucks, they won't have Red Bull. It's going to be the ones in Target and Barnes & Noble.
Why wouldn't you just buy the Red Bull from Target then?
So, because I have a gift card.
You had a Starbucks gift card?
Yeah, I got it for Christmas. So, or my birthday. I don't know. So,
but you didn't want coffee. You wanted Red Bull?
Right. It was like a game time decision. I was like, you know what? I want a Red Bull right now. And so, and I kind of have this like, Starbucks is already, in my opinion, overpriced. It's good. It's overpriced. Then they have the audacity to freaking ask you for a tip. Don't get me started. But that's my example of a power move. I bought the Red Bull because, one, Starbucks, they make their coffee. So I didn't buy the product they made. Now, granted, they're still profiting off the Red Bull because they bought it as inventory and upcharge it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I bought it because I didn't want to buy their product.
You know why I don't think that's a power move?
Why is that?
Because I'd be willing to guarantee that the person working at Starbucks forgot that you existed 2 minutes later.
No. So so that goes into my definition. Doing something confidently and maintaining control, having an unwavering backing towards your decision because you wanted to do it.
Yeah, but you're not the only person to buy Red Bull from Starbucks. That's why they sell them.
Right. No, you're misinterpreting it. The power move is because it's a personal thing. It's not over someone else. That's what these other definitions were.
Sure.
It's like to inconvenience someone else because you can, not because you have to, or to reverse a power dynamic. Like, it's none of that. It's honestly, it's like a power move is like, I'm going to buy a Red Bull because I can and I want to, and because it's not a Starbucks. To me, I do it because it's not a Starbucks product. That's why.
Is this an anti-Starbucks?
It's not an anti-Starbucks. It's just like I said, I think they're already overpriced. It's good, but overpriced.
It's not really that overpriced if you're just getting coffee. Like just a cup of coffee is
$2.79 for black coffee.
Yeah, but $2.79. That's like nothing. You take inflation into account. You know, they like the amount of money in circulation last year went up like 40% or something like that.
You know why?
Bitcoin.
How'd that work?
That's not why.
Okay. Anyway, so
if you would have bought $1,200 worth of Bitcoin last year when everybody got $1,200 checks, it would be worth over $9,000 right now. Fun fact.
Sick.
That's as of today. So when this podcast is released, maybe it's even more, or maybe it's less.
So, do you like giving past advice to people?
Yeah. Go back in time.
Yeah.
Go back to 2010 and buy a bunch of Bitcoin.
So, but here's another power move for you. I think telling the truth about how you feel about something without downplaying it.
Is that your definition?
No, that's just a definition, I think. Or it's an example of a power move. Like, what do you think a power move is? Give me some examples of what you think one is.
I don't know. I can't think of any.
That's fine.
I wouldn't say buying a Red Bull at a Starbucks.
That's an example. Like, I do like the one, that they said here, like, make eye contact with the father-in-law as you pick up the tab. Like,
here's one.
Okay.
And I don't totally remember the story. I was just told last weekend. When you and our friend Dallas, who is our mutual friend that we met through, very first met each other in college, everyone was standing outside of the classroom waiting for the class to start, and nobody bothered checking the door, but you didn't care. You saw all these people standing outside the classroom. You walked right up to the door and walked in, and there was nobody in the room. Everybody was just standing outside for no reason. And Dallas said that's why he became your friend. He said, I'm going to go sit next to that guy. He's my people.
Sweet. Well, the rationale behind that power move, I will say it's a power move.
Yeah.
Is I said, do you know how much I'm paying for this class? Like, I have the right to be in there.
Yeah.
And it's like, if they go past their time, that's on them. So I just flew open the door and no one was in there. I was like, you're all sheep.
I took an engineering law class in college, and I didn't like the professor because he talked really slow. And at the beginning of the classes on Mondays or whatever, he would come in and talk about this show on CBS. It was like a lawyer show, how much he hated it for 15 minutes.
Okay.
And I did the math one time. And I said to one of my friends, I'm like, for every minute that he's talking about this, it costs us $15 or something like that. This is so dumb. Why is he wasting our time?
Oh yeah.
I guess maybe it was because I was so used to engineering classes where they just throw math problems at you for an hour and then expect you to remember it.
I mean, that kind of goes into a lot of college classes that they make you take that are just garbage that don't actually benefit you.
I took it as an elective because I thought it'd be interesting, like an engineering elective or something. But...
Excuse me. Yeah, I think kind of a rule of thumb that I developed from, I think a rabbi actually. He said, any class you take in college that has studies behind it isn't really going to be beneficial to your career. And I was thinking about that. Math studies, that didn't exist. It was mathematics. It was calculus. It was something like that. Okay. It wasn't biology studies. It was, foundational things don't have studies behind it.
What about environmental studies?
What the hell is that?
That's a real thing. People have jobs in that.
Are they, or are they just government regulators?
It's still a job.
Yes, but did the studies help them?
Help them get a degree?
Okay, so Intro to Canadian Studies.
Well, I'm not arguing every class that has studies.
Okay, give me 4 classes.
That's
a legitimate study of something.
I don't know.
Equivalent to math and science.
Let me look at a list and get back to you.
Okay.
And actually, I think I was thinking of environmental science anyway. I don't know if environmental studies is a thing.
Right. It sounded good, though.
Thank you. I should have just let it go, huh?
I mean, yeah, I would have been checkmate. But now...
I got something cool planned for the next podcast. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. Well, or should I give a hint? I guess once people read the title for the next one, they'll know what it is. So it's not it's gonna totally be
What's the title for this one?
I don't know. Probably call it something about movies.
Called something about movies.
I'm gonna Damn it. I'm gonna title it something. I'm gonna title exactly something about movies.
Ooh, okay.
How about that? How about that?
Anything else you got? Or
I got nothing.
We're gonna wrap this up like a panini.
Let's do it. Hey, if you're listening / watching, and you have movies that we missed that you think should be included in the top 10, let us know.
Yeah, but they probably won't get on there.
True. Couch Beer Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Couch Beers Pod. No, I messed it up. Couch Beers Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Couch Beers Podcast at gmail.com for old schoolers.
Tim, did you hit record on that telly?
I really hope so. Hopefully I didn't screw up the video like last time.
No. Well, I can't wait to get my charms on.
On your Crocs.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna.
Sweet. There's like seasonal ones in there too. Like there's a Christmas tree and stuff.
I know. I think that's gonna get me lots of dates.
Yeah. Do you have an update about Barnes and Noble's girl?
No.
You didn't stop over there today on your way here?
No. I was at my European wax appointment. But no, I got a date tomorrow night, and we'll see how that goes.
Good luck.
She seems like a smart cookie, so
nice.
We'll see if she's as sweet as she
smells.
Yep. I started that sentence, didn't know where it was going, so.
All right. Later, peoples.
Later, peeps. DM us.
Is that you're just stopping it right there?
Oh, are we not done?
DM us.
I didn't say it like that, did I?
Kind of. All right, bye.
Bye.